Hello everyone, it's me, SpursRail96, and welcome to another Train Sim World free live stream. It's been a little while since the previous stream, but I've returned to streaming duties, and as you can see I am back in Germany, and I'm taking a look at quite a unique locomotive add-on, and that locomotive in question is on Schnellfahrstrecke Köln to Aachen. It's a freight locomotive and it's by Skyhook Games. This fella here, the DBBR187. So we're going to do a couple of services here with some timbers. So we're going to do an eastbound service which goes from Aachen Hauptbahnhof to Köln Ehrenfeld, and then we will do a westbound journey with also some timbers. This is of course in the journey mode with dynamic weather mode enabled, but I hope everyone has had a good weekend and had a good start to the festive period. I will say my hellos to Alfie, the Banana Craft, happy Christmas to you as well. Okay, 9:45 a.m. Our configuration is 15 or so timber wagons. I'm not sure if they're empty or loaded. I'm not too sure. Right, let's put the headlights on to bright. Is the cab light really on? It is now. Put the brakes on for now. Yeah, I'd best do the close the circuit breaker. Now, I haven't done any preparation with this locomotive. I had a brief look at the the tutorial. Alright, let's fiddle around back here. What have we got? Can you go down there? You can indeed go in the little corridor here. Look at that. The fact that Skyhook Games was bothered to model literally the entire interior of this locomotive. Hats off to them. Right, what have we got here? CIFA is on. PZB, LZB. I don't think we'll use that today. Close the little door. What's this? Oh, I thought it was a button. Right, let's turn the battery on. Should have done something. Let's release the parking brake. The headlights will be on. What's the other alternative? Tail lights. Alright, we'll put it on auto then. Let's activate the cab. Hence all the lovely sounds. And that should be that, I think. Look at this chair. It's like a pinky colour. Pink chair in the train. Very unique in this game. What else do I have to do? What's under the desk? Oh, I can't move my cursor under the desk. Oh well, we got an automotive service there. Probably delivering some Audis or Mercedes-Benzes. Or BMWs. Nothing else. What about on this side? Nothing. Screens, here we go. Not that one. Screen 2, nope. It must be screen number 3. Right, here's the complex bit. Oh, I can't move my cursor around. Curses! I swear I used to do that. Now, what the hell do we do? If people know how to get this thing operational on this little screen here, then now's your time to save the day. I can barely read that. I'm going to have to change the controls very briefly. Zoom in. PZB mode, that must be some sort of safety systems. So I won't bother with that. Nope. Nope. Nope, that's what we've just done. It's got to be this one then, hasn't it? No, it just changes a little graph there. There's something else. Up arrow, down arrow. Where is it? Maybe it's already set up. To be fair. Oh, hang on. Is that this button here? Did I press that? Huh? It's probably already running. Yeah, oh well. We'll just change the controls back and get moving. It's making noises, so I presume it's going to work. It does! Excellent. Right, let's get going. 62 kilometers to go. Oh, the headlights aren't on. I swear I put them on. Obviously I didn't. I'll put them on in a second. And as you can probably hear, the audio has been tinkered and tweaked by Skyhook Games. The original audio they used was proved most unpopular. Oops. It was essentially the broken DBBR 185.2 audio. Headlights are turned on apparently. They don't look very bright to me. Can I get out of the cab? I don't think out of the chair while we're moving. That should be fine, shouldn't we? I'm being very naughty. No, I'm sorry. Don't hurt me. I'm back in the chair. Okay, we'll just have to keep going. Yeah, the lights aren't working. Let's fiddle around with them. There we go. They're on now. Can't. Usually you can look at the controls of the cursor through the chair. Obviously not. Wee, bit of wheel spin. Gotta love a bit of wheel spin. Alfie, I heard a new German train is coming out tomorrow. Yeah, it's a new German route which goes from Bremen to what is it, Oldenburg? 27.5 mile route. Looks pretty interesting little package. An entirely new locomotive and coaches, and a new type of freight wagon, mixed in with some familiar faces. So yeah, looks okay. I think the price is a bit steep though. I haven't looked at any of the previews of the route either that Dovetail have streamed so far. Oh. Oh. There we go. That's right. Yes, Alfie. The Train Sim World 3 indeed does have the BR Class 323 in the form of the Birmingham Cross City line. It sounds pretty good. I don't actually have the Birmingham Cross City line or the obviously the new German route. I think I would wait for a discount to come along, and then maybe I'll pick them up. Personally, I'm not that much bothered if I get the new routes straight away or not. I mean, add in the fact that you've got Christmas coming around the corner, and then you look at the prices of the DLCs. Yeah, to me, I think the prices of the DLCs is just a bit too much. I mean, it's $40. Was it 35 or 45 euros? £30 here in this country. To me, I just think that's a bit too expensive. I mean, it's a DLC we're talking about here, not a new game. I mean, you could argue the fact that was it Southeastern High Speed? Speaking of streaming, I've just got to do something a minute. Hang on. Turn the motion blur to on, just to make the stream run a little bit smoother. Now you could argue that the prices of Southeastern High Speed, Cajon Pass, and Schnellfahrstrecke Köln to Aachen, should be in that same kind of bracket as being priced as too expensive. But the reason why I thought that those prices were fairish is because I thought it was part of the actual game package. But now the fact that that's going to be a standard route DLC price moving forward for the foreseeable future, it's kind of put me off, I suppose, buying the newest stuff straight away. And there's another side to the fact that the newest stuff may not be in the most suitable state upon release, so maybe it's best to wait until the price comes down, and then by the time you eventually pick the route up, it might be in a better state than when it was launched. Well, that's what you'd hope, of course. Yeah, but this locomotive, the 187, as far as the sounds go, I give credit to Skyhook for, realising the fact that the original audio was crap, essentially, basically, and the fact that they had to, pretty much scrap it and start all over again, and they really have started all over again, from the sounds of the outside to the button presses, the noises of the safety systems, the horn, everything is just completely different, and Skyhook are still not satisfied with it and plan to make further changes to the audio. So that's what you call dedication to a locomotive. I mean, I quite like the 187. It's a modern, one updated interpretation of the is it 185.5? And I quite like it. It's a good looking locomotive, I think. Very, very much stands out. There's another one. Yeah, I'm the same, Banana Craft. I'm not really worried or panicking the fact that I have to buy the newest route straight away just to get a few more views and subscribers on my YouTube channel. I mean, I think I'm perfectly happy with what I've got. I've still got lots of content to make with the content I have, and until the most interesting thing on the roadmap comes to life, for example, that new locomotive add-on to what is presumably going to be the Acela for Boston, for Northeast Corridor Boston Sprinter, and yeah, I'm perfectly happy to wait and hold my cash. I mean, we have to understand and remember, you know, this isn't Dovetail's only form of income. You know, they have thousands of DLCs from Train Simulator that's costing in the tens of thousands of pounds, which is just ridiculous if you want to buy all of them right now from scratch. And they've also got some sort of, what is it, like fishing sim game or something like that. So yeah, Dovetail certainly have a few other revenue streams beside Train Sim World. There's a wind turbine in the distance. It's only what is it, coming up to 10 o'clock in the morning, so feels a bit dark, doesn't it? Must be winter time, or close to winter time. Eddie, hey, how are you? Hope you're well. Nice to see you. And also hello to Sub-Zero Scorpion. Hope you're well. Sub-Zero Scorpion, any word about the Amtrak Acela? I'm afraid not, no. There's been no news regarding that. Hopefully some news will come out relatively soon about the Amtrak Acela, maybe in this month's roadmap before Christmas. If not, then hopefully in the new year. But I still strongly predict that it will be the Amtrak Acela for Northeast Corridor Boston Sprinter. It's the only other electric AC locomotive I can think of that's on an American route, unless there wouldn't be other any AC electric US locomotives on some of the other US routes. It can't be any of the freight routes, could it? No. They're not electrified. It'll have to be diesel operated. Long Island Railroad, or maybe the New York Harlem line. But that's a complete guess. Because I have no knowledge. So yeah, they're just predictions in the end of the day, but I strongly believe and hope, fingers crossed, that it will be the Amtrak Acela. I mean, it's that Loco add-on DLC has been my number one thing I've been focusing on, or keeping an eye on, when it comes to the roadmap in terms of the new routes, you know, like the Birmingham Cross City line, or the Bahnstrecke Bremen to Oldenburg. Yeah, they're good routes, but they're just not my number one focus. But when the Amtrak Acela, if it is to be the Amtrak Acela, eventually comes out, then I'm going to be picking it up straight away. I mean, if it isn't an Amtrak Acela, yeah, I'll be a bit disappointed and a bit gutted, but I'll still be pretty pleased. I mean, we haven't had a US Loco add-on in a fair while, have we? When was the last time we had a Loco add-on? I don't know when it was, but it was the CSX, wasn't it? C40-8W, blimey. It's a long time ago. It feels like a long time ago. What have we had before that? I'm just thinking loco add-ons in general. Well, on the PC version of Sam Patch Grade, way back in the early days of Train Sim World, we had the GP40-2. Then we had the Amtrak SW1000R switcher and the Amtrak Amfleet cab car, which I love that Amtrak switcher very much. I wish NEC New York and that switcher would come back. And then we had the two add-ons from Two Peninsula Corridor, wasn't it? The Baby Bullet and the MP15 DC Caltrain switcher. And then, of course, we had the CSX C40-8W, and actually what's just come into my mind is that fairly recently we had the re-release of the, what was it, the ST40 to Sam Patch Grade. And then after that, we haven't had much. I mean, I'm not an American, but I just think that a Loco DLC in the States or on some of the US routes is very much needed. Certainly lacking. I mean, some of the new routes in general have been lacking, I think. Just trying to think. New routes that haven't had a Loco add-on, that need a Loco add-on. Clinchfield Railroad definitely needs one. I think a switcher type locomotive to operate those coal mines, or another mainline locomotive like a U-36, was it C U-boat or something like that? That'd be quite cool. Maybe a locomotive add-on for the Arosa line, but even though we technically had a kind of like an additional pack to the Arosa line with those new liveries and Christmas things, which I actually need to re-download and have a play, as it's close to Christmas. What else? Blimey, there is quite a few now. There was originally one coming to Hauptstrecke Hamburg-Lübeck, the DBBR 218, but that's disappeared from the roadmap. It's gone. So I don't know what's happening with that. Maybe TSG has canned that and focused on something new. Cathcart Circle Line, Cane Creek, maybe, and what else? Sherman Hill. What else? West Cornwall Local. Yeah, I'd love to see a Loco add-on for that. Maybe a Class 57 or something would be quite cool. And some more services, definitely. There's the 423 to our right. What else do we need? I could just say every route, couldn't I? Taranto Ramp, Brighton Main Line, the Verco Dresden, Harlem Line, Horseshoe Curve, Spirit of Steam. Yeah, I've just thought of that. Yeah, Spirit of Steam. That needs a locomotive add-on. Needs a loco add-on badly. Those yards are not utilised or not used enough. They're huge yards on Spirit of Steam. Massive amount of shunting and freight potential, and even the line side industries on the main line, there's quite a few of them, but they're just not used enough. You can see a bit of yard work happening when in, say, the tutorials or some scenarios, but in the service mode, nah, it's lacking. So yeah, all those routes need a loco add-on. I feel that we're getting more routes than loco add-ons. I think it's about time we have some loco add-ons than routes. I think quite a few people would welcome more loco add-ons than routes, to be honest. Certainly spare a few cash. Certainly spare a few quid. We've got 27 kilometers to go until Köln-Ehrenfeld. Lana Garcia, hey, hope you're well. Hope you're well. Will we have a BR 1440 in TSW3? I don't know. I'm not the person to answer that question, unfortunately. I don't know the insides of Dovetail, I'm afraid. So it could be possible. It might not be possible. I suppose it's good to dream, I suppose. Yeah, the M9 would be quite cool. Banana Craft. Yeah, all those routes need loco add-ons. And also, speaking of new bits and bobs, the new US A route should be, hopefully, the new modern USA route should be revealed, hopefully, in the new roadmap. It might not. Yeah, my prediction in the previous roadmap was to be correct. Then, hey ho, I'll be delighted. If it was to be the New Jersey Transit, that'd be quite something. Now that I would get. Having a dual power locomotive, that would be quite something, isn't it? An electric and a diesel locomotive working, as one. That's pretty cool. It's almost like a hybrid locomotive. I'm not sure if you can use the electric and the diesel combined. Be very efficient. Because I know on the New Jersey Transit there's some all-electric sections and some all non-electric sections. Unless the time period they wish to reflect it in has been, dated to the point where it's all been electrified. That'd be quite interesting. Eddie, the Long Island Railroad definitely needs a new timetable. Oh, absolutely. Not 100%. I couldn't agree with you more. If you compare the Long Island Railroad's timetable to the New York Harlem line, there's no competition. The New York one blows it out of the water. The maintenance depot isn't used enough. There's just not enough services. It really is as simple as that. It's not busy enough. The scenarios make it look busy, but the timetable, when it really should be busy or even busier, is not. So I reckon that they'll bring a new timetable to Long Island Railroad. Either they'll add or just duplicate a lot of existing services 5-10 times over, like they have done with the new Bakerloo line timetable, or they'll just scrap it and start again, like they did with this one, the Schnellfahrstrecke Köln to Aachen. And it's funny, speaking of Schnellfahrstrecke Köln to Aachen, that I've noticed that to train Dovetail have combined the loco add-on of this route with the route in a quite a nice little package. I don't know the price of them, but I think originally the loco DLC, I think it was like, what, 2 or 3 quid? It's a bargain, really. Especially the DBBR 423 for Köln-Aachen. I mean, the fact it comes with a new timetable, 3 quid's worth, and add in the fact it's got 5 scenarios, or was it 2 or 3 scenarios, That's fantastic. That's brilliant. Bang for buck. But now the fact that they've added the loco and the route together as a nice little package, I don't know what the price of that is. I'm sure someone could look it up for me. I don't know the price of it because I've already got them. So, as separate entities, not one single pack. So that's the reason why I don't know the price of it. But yeah, it looks pretty good. It's quite nice in the 187 that the setup procedure was already kind of done for me, like the fact that I didn't have to go in the screen and make those little tweaks of which cab I'm in and which cab needs to be operational. It's quite a nice touch. Used to be different, I think, before. You have to fiddle around with the computer and try and find a way of making it work. It always confused me, but the fact that it's automated is a nice touch. I reckon you could manually do it if you shut it down and do a cold startup procedure. "10 kilometers to go until Köln Ehrenfeld." Haven't seen many high-speed ICE trains about. I think I've only seen one. I'm sure we will see more. Maybe 2 or 3. Best check the scores of the FIFA World Cup.
FIFA.
Oh dear, 4-1. Deary me. Blimey, so South Korea were thrashed. Jesus. 4-1 and 4 goals in the first half. Jesus. And Brazil looked very strong to win that World Cup. I've watched a few games at the World Cup. I'm a very big football fan, so obviously I'll try and watch as many games as possible. What have I watched? Just trying to think. I have watched I watched Argentina versus Mexico. I watched England versus the USA, which was boring as hell. I watched Spain versus Costa Rica, where they won like 7-0 or something. I mean, I went to put the rubbish out, and the moment I came back from putting the rubbish in the bin, Spain had scored another 2 goals. It was like, this is crazy. Scoring goals for fun. I then watched Japan beat Germany and Spain. That was quite good. What else? I watched England beat Wales 3-0. I watched Wales lose to Iran 2-0. One of the teams I always watch when they participate in the World Cup is the Netherlands. I haven't been able to watch the Netherlands, but they've been doing okay. It's just weirdly, every time the Netherlands play, I've been able to watch them. I mean, the last 16 game against the United States of America apparently was quite a good game, but I couldn't watch it because I was putting the Christmas tree up. So every time the Dutch play, they win. So, and every time they win, I don't watch it live. So that's a little bit frustrating. Oh, we need to break. Oh, break. I'll be in big trouble for this. My action point score will tumble, but that's okay. Now, do we have to actually do so many point switching? No, we don't. It's literally right on the main line. Well, I'll get down to 60 kilometers. So we are now within the Cologne perimeters of the city.
Seefahrt.
Eddie, the Long Island Railroad is the busiest route in North America. It is indeed. It's sadly not portrayed in the game as the busiest. It's one of the less busiest routes in the game. I think it's only got, what, 170, 180? Meh. Not good. If I was on a historic route like Transpennine or Tees Valley, I'll be jumping for joy. But on a route like Long Island Railroad, not really, sadly. Yeah, Banana Craft, I'm a bit surprised as well that they haven't added the Jubilee class or the Stania freight steam locomotive on West Somerset. You would have thought by the fact that they implemented it on a couple of services on Southeastern High Speed, you'd think they'd do the same on West Somerset, but the only other way you could do it, I suppose, is by doing it on the, scenario planner or off the rails mode. So there is a way, I suppose, of doing it, albeit it's a bit less straightforward. And yeah, Banana Craft, I think I've seen videos of a shunter or a switcher on the Long Island Railroad. I remember when I watched a video one time. Let's just stop here a minute. There we are. That took me just under 36 minutes. Got a silver. I'll take that. It's relatively straightforward, really. Nice little cruise. Let's return to the main menu. I remember watching a video of a switcher on Long Island Railroad. I remember, what was it, a train had broken, an M7 had broken down, and they brought in this old, battered looking MP15 switcher, and they towed it away. I presume it was taken to the maintenance depot for repairs, or sent for scrap, I'm not sure. But yeah, a switcher will be, yeah, for me as a switcher enthusiast, let's say, in Train Sim World, I'd welcome that any day. Right, let's do Freightful Endeavours, and let's do a westbound with the Timbers. The reason why I'm doing westbound Timbers is because if you get the 187 for Schnellfahrstrecke Köln to Aachen, you do get additional services which are for Timbers. Into the forward position. Put the brakes on. Headlights too bright. Oh. Need to switch the locomotive on. Just set the battery on. Should do it. Turn the signal lights on. Release the parking brake. And we'll put the power on for the cab. And we'll sit in the pink chair. Oh, no, not yet. I've got to turn on the the CFAT. I could turn on the other. I could turn on LZB, but I'm a bit lazy tonight, so I don't think I will. There we go, in the cab. Headlights. Oh, I'll leave the cab light on. Headlight brightness is on. I think the headlights are on. Headlights are not all on. I don't know. It must be a little bug or something. Let's just turn the lights on again. There we go. I'll get out the chair a minute and look at the lights switch here. It is automatic. Okay. And the same applies to switching the desk. Yep. Very strange. Right. Let's roll. To Aachen Rota Elde we shall go. Not Elder. What am I on about? Let's go. So just under 60 kilometers to go. Yeah, Banana Craft. No, I did notice. Yeah, I think it was coming out of the the tunnel. Where is it? If you're going to was it Jamaica from Atlantic Terminal, and you come out of the tunnel, not the first tunnel, the second tunnel, I think. There's a turntable and a little yard around there, isn't there? So that'll be quite cool. I don't think we'll get additional services for that, but maybe throw in some static freight stock. That'll be quite cool. I mean, they've done that on quite a few other routes, haven't they? They've just thrown a bunch of static stock just to make the route a little bit more lively. What is it? They've done some in some of the freight yards in Castle Würzburg, and even had some AI freight trains on New York Harlem line. If I think that's right. Yeah, I think that's right. In like the Harlem area. So that'd be quite cool. Once again, we're in rather pristine conditions. This one's a little bit later in the morning at 11:34 a.m. So it's a little bit brighter. Banana Craft, I've got to get on and get some sleep as I'm in tomorrow at 6. Oh, okay, fair enough, Banana Craft. Well, I don't know when I'll see you next time, but yeah, hope you have a good day tomorrow and enjoy the rest of your week, and take care. So then, Christmas is almost near. Has anyone got their Christmas decorations up inside the house, outside the house? Anyone got the dreaded Christmas tree up? We had our Christmas tree up rather earlier this year than expected. Normally we have the Christmas decorations put up a week or so before Christmas, because my birthday is normally my birthday's on the 12th of December, so we don't want to let the, I suppose, Christmas decorations like get in the way or something like that. But yeah, I decided, the family decided, let's put the tree up earlier. So that's what we did. So we did the tree. It went up on Saturday, and yeah, looks lovely. Put the tree up. Even got a little train out as well that goes round under the Christmas tree. Sadly, I can't run the train round the Christmas tree because presents have already covered the tracks. So, oh well, never mind. Yeah, got other little decorations in front of the fireplace, on top of the fireplace, out in the hallway. Got a little nativity scene going on in the hallway. Got some snowflakes up on the windows. And what else have we got? Oh yeah, we got some other little lights and some little wooden reindeers on the bookshelf. And of course, speaking of Christmas, I have indeed got not one but two advent calendars. I have a chocolate galaxy advent calendar, which I'm very much enjoying, and I have a traditional paper or I suppose card-like advent calendar. It's this year's one was Big Ben and the Houses of Parliament. Can't go wrong with a traditional advent calendar. I think it's the only, the second or third time I've ever had a chocolate advent calendar. But hey, I'm not complaining having two advent calendars. Speaking of calendars, I've got to get a new calendar for my wall for next year. I usually get an end of year Top Gear magazine, which comes with a free advent calendar. With a 2023 calendar, so most likely we'll get that. Eddie, this route is now one of the best German routes in my opinion. I could agree with you on that one. It is one of the more better ones. Since Dovetail tinkered around with its timetable, with the addition of the, new-ish 423, which comes with the new timetable, is, massive. Brilliant little DLC pack for this route. As I said earlier, it's very good bang for buck. It's ironic, isn't it? You get the cheapest DLC ever in Train Sim World's history, and then out comes 30-odd quid route, so, or DLC. So that's ironic, isn't it? But yeah, great little DLC pack. Really adds to the route. But even if you don't have the 323, you get stacks of new stuff with it. You get 101 doing an intercity service. You've got the 425 and the 146.2 and the 143 doing some other passenger services. I think they are some are regional express, some are regional barn. You've got freight services, not just with the 187, but with the 185.2 or even the MRCE 185.2. It's good timing, you can see there. Some freight action on the line, and you've got the high-speed services. Not many high-speed services with the ICE, but there's enough to play with. and you've got the familiar talent too. And it's not just services. The route itself has been upgraded over time. It has got obviously dynamic weather. It's got the new snow effects. It's got the new what else? Hasn't got the new super duper skies, which is a bit disappointing. But it's got the updated skybox of Train Sim World 2. It's got working platform destination displays, which took way longer than it should have to be implemented in the route. Yeah, good scenarios, some interesting tutorials, and it's not the longest German route in the game, but just because it's not the longest doesn't mean to say it's a hunk of crap. Far from it. It's certainly one of the more better ones, and yeah, the scenery itself, it's not too bad. Not too bad. I mean, it's a high-speed route, so you're not going to be looking at every little, you know, the tiniest details of scenery at 200 to 300 kilometers per hour, or whatever the maximum speed is on this route. Maybe on the more slower freight services you can, but yeah, but the Köln Hauptbahnhof is very well recreated. The cathedral is nice. You know, you hear the sounds of the bells when it reaches, I don't know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, etc. o'clock. You hear the bells of the cathedral. There's great atmosphere in the route, with particularly in Köln, with the airport not too far. The stations in the Köln area itself, like let's see, what is the stations? I can't even remember. What have we got? Like, well, all these stations here essentially, and depots. They've got some nice scenery, nice architecture, and yeah, it's a great little package. It's one of my more. It's definitely, I would say, my top 10 of German routes, or routes in general for Train Sim World. I mean, it's quite hard to make a top 10 for of Train Sim World routes, because there's quite a lot. It's quite sad, isn't it? It's for Dovetail, it's more quantity over quality, albeit the quality side has been taken a step forward. I'm not sure. I'm not sure on the Class 323 or the new German stuff, or the new Bremen to Oldenburg route. I haven't got those two routes yet. I'm pretty sure I'll get them when it's a discount. But I just think the price of these DLCs are a little bit too much in my opinion. But hey, I'll leave that for another day. I'll probably make a video on that in the far future, if I can remember. Liam, hey, how are you? Well done, a 7-7 draw. Well done. It must be freezing playing football at the moment. It's very, very cold at the moment. Very cold. But then again, you'll be running around on the pitch for 90 minutes, so I'll keep you'll be kept warm, that's for sure, in the brutal cold. I mean, it's not cold to the point where it's going to snow, but it's certainly, temperatures are starting to dip, certainly into the low single figures. I mean, I think, what is it? Later in the week, it's going to get into the minuses at night, which is, meh, don't like. Well, I've got an extra blanket, so I'll be kept warm. Eddie has a lot of variety. He does indeed have a lot of variety. I think the Intercity Express services can be tuned up a bit more. I think we need a bit more. I'm not sure how many there are. I think there's what? Well, it's not that many, is there? I would say, what is it, near the 20-ish mark? It's between 10 and 20, that's for sure. There's a 423. That adds a ton of services, the 423. If you haven't got the 423, you've got to pick it up. It adds huge amounts of services. I think it was what is it, like 191 or something. It's crazy. The Talent 2 is an unusual one. I think it's like a regional express services it does. So I think it stops at some stations, but not that many. So it'd be unusual to have it, but I mean, Talent 2 is not my favourite, but at the time it was quite nice to see a familiar face return after such a long absence from its last outing, which was Rapid Transit a long time ago. Excuse me. Now, in terms of the... Oh, we got to get down the speed limit. Oh, no, we don't. It's 160. We're fine. Anyway, in terms of the next stream, it will be on the 18th of December 2022. I was originally gonna do 2 streams for the upcoming weekend and the following Monday. But that won't happen because it's my birthday, so I've decided to not do those streaming and just spend some time with the family and friends. So yeah, the next stream will be on December the 18th. That is indeed a Sunday, 2022. And we will be we'll be taking a trip to the US of A, and we'll be conducting some more freight action, but on the grueling and challenging Sandpatch grade. That'll be quite fun. This locomotive doesn't go any farther than, 150 kilometers per hour. I wonder if it's speed limited to 150 kilometers per hour. I wonder if it has a speed limiter, because it won't go any faster than like 150. Obviously, it will increase a little bit when it's on a downhill gradient, but it doesn't go much faster than that, does it? I reckon in that computer on the right hand side, or the bottom right of your screens, I bet you that does something with the speed, because it's been fairly easy, really. I mean, I imagine the logs are quite heavy, but to pull, but it's quite a powerful locomotive. Yes, very good, Liam. Very good. Yes.
Sifa.
Liam, I've never noticed that in the Great Western Railway route, when you put your free camera in front of a car, they actually slow down and stop in front of you. Oh, do they really? It's interesting. Right, we've got a yellow coming up. Time to concentrate. And we have got a speed limit of 80 kilometers per hour coming up. Let's get down the speed limit just in case. Oh yeah, I better get down the speed limit right now. Oh, brake for all your worth, train. No, we're not going to make it. Oh well, that's a shame. Go on, train, use all the brake force you have. No, we won't make it. That's a shame. It's braking as hard as it can. Unfortunately, it won't be enough. Oh, yes. Saved. Saved. Whew, that was close. Saved or what? That was close. Aye, aye, aye. You couldn't get closer than that. That was a let-off. Woo! Very close. Very close. Must be obviously, we're going the other way, aren't we? Another passenger service in front. Indeed there is. We're not too far away from Aachen Rote Erde. See a little fly past. Not fly past, drive past.
Seefahrt.
Oh yes, very good, Liam. Very good, very good. I thought you would have some Christmassy jokes by now. Scary to think that Christmas is it's coming so fast. Unbelievable. There's another Intercity Express. That's the second one I've seen today. That's nice. Very nice indeed. Let's have a little check on the passenger service. Seems to be slowing down. I presume it's just left the station. There is one coming up. Oh, he's changing tracks. Okay, well, we might be able to pass it. That'd be quite good. Liam, I'm considering whether to put the outside lights up this year due to prices. It's up to you, isn't it? If you could afford it, you can do it. I suppose it's only for 1 month of the year. They don't have to be up all day. They only can be up for a few hours in the night. I don't usually put on lights outside the house. Just mainly indoors, really. I mean, I put the tree up and Christmas decorations on Saturday. And yeah, it was quite chaotic, but we got there in the end. There's the passenger train right in front of us. Look at that. Oh, surely we could pass it though. It's got priority. That's a pain in the neck. Oh well, wait we must. Let's have a look at the details of this 187. Nice lights, nice weathering on the front here. Some nice markings here, nice and clear. I love these kind of slats on the side, really nice. Got some bits here. See, this doesn't take fuel, as it is an electric locomotive. I wonder if there's any bits to fiddle with. Barn cargo. Let's look at the top. So you got the horns. All important catenary. And the horns at the front. Quite a nice little locomotive. It's a brilliant looking locomotive. Might we just wait until we've been given a clearance to proceed. I know someone where I used to live, near the local estate, there was a person or family that absolutely covered the outside of their house in Christmas lights. It was crazy. They weren't that nice either. And I remember one year they just put them up and they just left them there all night, all year round. Right, it's time to go. I know my granddad tried to put lights on the gutter near the roof years ago. I don't know if he still does that. I hope he doesn't. Yeah, but the amount of commitment he had just to put lights on the flipping gutter of the house. Crazy. He also put lights on the bushes in front of his house as well. I mean, my granddad lives in the nice posh part of Surrey, so obviously he would go to that length of decorating his house. No, Liam, you should see my neighbour. They get new decorations every year and even covered half their drive with a reindeer store. They shouldn't now because of a caravan in the way. Oh, fair enough. Unless they take the caravan and convert it into a Santa's sleigh or Santa's grotto for the kids and bypassers to visit. Some people literally turn their house into Santa's grotto, don't they? I know some of the preserved railways are doing like some little Christmas type services. Oh, I don't know if I'll make this one. I hope so. Should be fine. Yeah, we'll be fine. It's another red signal. Oh, trains. Seems this train's stopping at every station. Never mind. Again, you've got this big yard here, and look, there's nothing in it. No static stock. Nothing. Could have a shunter in there doing some switching. There's a little yard here, it seems. I'll have a look around there, actually. So what is this? Okay, we got some sort of industrial plant here. Building something. Quite interesting. We got another yard over here. And a piece of track that goes off into the distance. There's a station here, I've just noticed. Stolberg Hauptbahnhof, unless it's part of the station here. I think it is, isn't it? Stolberg, albeit no services stop here. Funny that, apparently. Not on that platform anyway. What's this? This is the one with the multi-storey car park, isn't it? Or what looks to be. Oh, you got a couple of services running on these platforms. Right, let's get moving before that passenger train gets in front of us again. Oh, I think he's going in the opposite direction. Oh, well, we've got a bit of a gap now between ourselves and the passenger train, so we should now have a clear run into Aachen Rote Erde. I hope not. You never know, you never know. I remember at one time where there was a documentary I saw on, was it ITV or Channel 5? It was of a preserved railway doing this amazing Christmas kind of service where they covered the entire train in Christmas lights, the locomotive, the carriages, the interiors, the exteriors, most of the route as well, which was quite something. It reminded me of when the Silverstone race circuit had almost like kind of a drive by kind of a light show on display, so you could actually drive onto the circuit and slowly have a look around and look at the lights and various Christmassy creations at the circuit. Now you can use this DBBL 187 on pretty much any of the German routes that have freight services, so you could basically use this on pretty much all of them bar rapid transit, really. So it's a great decent locomotive add-on now that the sounds have been, I suppose, kind of fixed. I don't know if the sounds are 110% accurate to the real-world version, but it's a damn sight better than the sounds of before. You know, they gutted the cab sounds, the exterior sounds, and they've just literally changed everything. The horn, the safety system sounds, I suppose the button presses, everything. So yeah, I would recommend picking up this locomotive. I mean, the locomotive itself wasn't too bad. It's a very nicely built model, inside and out. I mean, the fact that Skyhook went to the point of modelling the entire, almost like little corridor, where you could access all the other switches and stuff, that's pretty cool. And it's nice they chose this locomotive. It's nice to have a new modern freight locomotive to play with, rather than just a variation of the 185.5, 185.2, or the 182. So yeah, I applaud Skyhook Games for that, and the fact that they're still looking at, you know, adding more to this locomotive, you know, mainly on the audio front, but maybe, you know, adding some more bits and bobs to do in the cab. Yeah, I applaud them for their continued pursuit of perfection. No, we should not be that far from Aachen Rota Erde. In fact, the station where the train is where we are actually stopping. So we'll just quietly cruise up to a red signal. Put a bit of power on. Should be fine. There we go, we got a yellow. Onwards for the next 1 kilometre. You got a nice little depot here of predominantly 146.2s and a talent too. Oh, nice to see they put them in. Quite nice. I think that'll do. And there we are. That took me a little bit longer. Just under 41 minutes. Oh, got a gold this time. Excellent. But there we go. that concludes this stream on Schnellfahrstrecke Köln to Aachen with the DBBR 187. If you did enjoy the stream, I would be very pleased if you would give the stream a like, and if you are watching for the first time, either live or on playback, I would very appreciate it if you would consider subscribing to the channel. The next stream, as I said earlier, will be on the 18th of December, or Sunday the 18th of December, roughly the same time, 8:30 p.m. UK time. I'll be taking a trip to the USA, taking a look at the very challenging and demanding sandpatch grade in Pennsylvania. So I hope you could join me for them. And as always, I will see you next time. Thank you very much. Take care.